Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to talk more about what foods to enjoy so that you know which foods you can include in your eating plan. I'm going to update you on my progress. Have I been dropping weight? Haven't I been dropping weight? I'm going to take you to the gym, let you know how I've been feeling after 3, 4, almost 5 days of not eating any carbs. Has it affected my lifts? And I'm going to deal with a little bit of a fallacy. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Smash that bell icon to get notification. Remember, rock stars, subscribe, and smash the like button. Leave me a comment if you have any comments or questions. Let's go for it. So as I mentioned, I want to go through all the foods that you can enjoy in this eating plan. As I mentioned before, you are losing weight without being hungry, without counting calories, without counting macros. You literally just eat the foods that you are allowed to enjoy or that you're encouraged to enjoy, and you lose weight along the way. So I've been eating like this for the past couple of days, and there's not one moment that I have gone hungry. When you're hungry, you snack, you eat, and you really feel good. And I must say my energy has absolutely increased to being on this eating plan. The phase 1 or the 14 days is really about correcting a blood chemistry. So many diets in the Western world are based on sugars and bad sugars that don't contain fiber. And the diet was created by a cardiologist, Dr. Arthur Agatston. And he found that the high carb, low fat diets did not improve his patients' health. And this was recommended by the American Heart Foundation. He started doing research with a dietitian to find a way of eating that would improve his patients' heart health and at the same time lose body fat. What he did was he first tested it on himself, and eating this way he found that his cholesterol actually went down, surprisingly, opposite to what the narrative was at the time, because people were saying, well, high fat is going to be really bad for your heart, and he actually lost body fat. And the key is to cut out all carbs and sugars, as most of the Western diets are filled with processed carbs, and this is the problem, and fats that have the fiber removed. And as you learn in videos coming up the next couple of weeks, fiber is absolutely important to slowing down that energy or the carbohydrate when you're on phase 2 and 3 to help you to process those sugars so that you don't have insulin spikes and your body will actually be conditioned to losing fat. So hence in the strict phase 1, you need to get your blood chemistry right. Absolutely important. So this is how it works. As I mentioned, there are a couple of phases. So phase 1 is 14 days of strict no carbs, no alcohol, no bread. Now, for a lot of people, this is a big thing, and there are bread substitutes that you can do, and I'm going to leave a link in the description to all of these things and the basis of the book where you can actually go and read up on these things. I encourage you to take the time. If you're serious about losing weight and getting healthy and getting fit, let this be a starting point. This is by no means a way for you to get absolutely ripped, because if you want to get ripped and get abs like you see in the bodybuilding magazines and bodybuilding websites, you really do need to count your macros. But this is a great way to lose weight easily, healthily, and without being hungry. And most people on this strict phase 1 lose between 3.5 to 6 kilograms of body fat, and that equates to between about 8 to 13 pounds. So the next phase, phase 2, is maintained for as many weeks as necessary, whereafter you start reintroducing the good carbs. You should expect to lose between 0.5 and 1 kilogram of body fat per week, which equates to 1 to 2 pounds per week. You can, even if you decide to stay on phase 1 a little bit longer and you find that it's helping you and working for you, continue to do it. Nothing wrong with it. Our bodies can survive on protein and fats and doesn't really need a lot of carbs, but it cannot survive without proteins and good fats. And there's a difference between good fats and bad fats, and I will be sharing what that is in upcoming videos. So make sure to like the video, subscribe, and click the bell icon so that you can get notifications of when those videos drop. The last phase is phase 3. You advance to this phase once your target weight is achieved. This really is eating healthily as a lifestyle. So if you fall off the wagon, all you do is you go back onto phase 1 for 2 weeks and you're back on target. So you might want to go on holiday for a week or two, just enjoy what you eat without any guilt, and then just as easily when you get back, just go back to phase 1 so that you can get back to your target weight. So these are the foods to enjoy. I'm not going to go through them all in detail, but the key is for meat, poultry and fish, you've got to have lean cuts with all of your meats. So if you want, what you do, just pause this video. You can make a screenshot of this. There'll also be a link in the description to all of the foods to enjoy, and I'll leave a link in the description for all the foods that you should be avoiding as well. Lean bacon is very good, like a shoulder bacon or a back bacon. That's what I enjoy. Eggs, also an important note. Egg whites and egg substitutes as desired. The use of whole eggs is not limited at less than 7 eggs a week unless otherwise directed by your doctor. So regarding milk, yogurt and cheese, all of them need to be low fat or fat free on this first phase. Vegetables, this is also important to take note of. I prefer to stick to fresh vegetables. Generally, if it's in a package or a tin, I want to stay away from it because it's got all kinds of preservatives, and the list goes on. Once again, you can pause this and have a look at it. I prefer to eat my vegetables either steamed, very lightly, still quite crunchy, or raw, or even grilled. It's very nice with olive oil. Fruit on this phase, no fruit because you want to get rid of that insulin resistance and you want to get your blood chemistry right. Obviously, as I mentioned before, bread, cereal, rice and pasta group, none of that on the first phase, but you can start reintroducing some of the healthier carbs, bread, cereals and rices within phase 2. So coming to fats and oils, what's recommended is canola oil, olive oil. They're good for frying because you can use them at high temperature. Sweets, limit to 75 calories per day. So chocolate powder, no added sugar, cocoa powder, hard candy, sugar free. I prefer not to have the sugar free stuff because a lot of the time it's loaded with aspartame, and aspartame is really not healthy. I would rather have the sugar, to be honest, than have the sugar free options that are loaded with poison really. Then the last section, spices. Here's where you make your food exciting. All spices that contain no added sugar, so in other words you can have broth, so in other words soup is great. Horseradish sauce, pepper, that is black pepper. I love cayenne pepper with egg, and to put it on avo and on burgers that I make myself with really lean cuts of mince or ground beef. We make our own burger patties. I don't buy them out of the store because a lot of them are filled with sugars and fillers and all kinds of things. Toppings and sauces should be used sparingly. Always check the labels for added sugar. So within this phase, I prefer only to use balsamic vinegar and olive oil. There you have it. That's the foods to enjoy. I hope this has helped you. If you've got any questions, please post them in the comments section and I'll try to answer them all as comprehensively as possible. I was thinking, should I do a squat of 130 kgs? Haven't done it in a while. Also not been eating carbs, but I'm feeling good. So I'm gonna strap up the knees and go for 1 or 2 reps just to see. There's a fallacy about the fact that strength training will make you bulky. I've been strength training for about 10 years, not because I want to get big, but just because I want to be strong going into an older age. Reaching your 40s, 50s, 60s, you want your bone density to increase so that they don't get porous and the bones don't break easily, and weight training is awesome for that. Also, weight training has been proven to burn fat longer during the day than just cardio. So combining strength training weights with cardio is ideal with cutting out carbs or calorie restriction, and you get results a lot faster. So let's go. So I was feeling the energy drop while I was busy training, and you're going to feel like that in the first couple of days of cutting out carbs, but once your body gets used to gaining energy or using the energy from the healthy fats and the protein, you're going to actually feel awesome. So what I've been doing, I've not been taking protein powders and fat burners and all kinds of things, because I want to do this as naturally as possible. I actually might order a batch of pure protein, no fillers, no colorants, that kind of thing. I normally order it in bulk. But as you can see here, some almonds, just a small handful, and I'm gonna eat on that just to get my blood sugar levels back up again, back to training. So I quite like that snack, and I'm about to train. Hey babe. So I'm going to have some more of that peanut butter just for some energy, and I'm going to take pre-workout and have a good workout. So busy training again, and haven't had lunch, but I've had a couple of snacks before training. So I'm training quite heavy, and remember, you don't have to train to lose weight eating like this, and the point of this is not to starve yourself. Eat enough food so that you don't go off the wagon or fall off the wagon. So I'm feeling like I need a little bit of energy, so tablespoon of no sugar, no salt, black cat peanut butter, and a chunk of mozzarella cheese. Yeah, energy. Let's go. Friday workout. Let's go.